Let's flip the script to the NBA, Bomani. And what do you think the aftermath of Draymond Green's smackdown of his teammate is going to be? How do you think this is going to linger with the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green situation, as we say in the business?
Man, that's a great question. Because the thing for me that I've looked at with the Warriors and where they defied my expectation last year above anything else was, I don't think it's a wise play to try to build, like play for the championship and build for the future at the same time. Like that's a very, very difficult thing to do, and they managed to pull that off. Well, now they're coming into a season where they got these young dudes that they have taken early in the draft. They want their minutes and they want to get their money. And then you got these old dudes who want their minutes and who are going to want their money, and Draymond Green falls under that one. I think that he can win back the trust of the guys he's got the equity with, right? Steph, Iguodala, Clay, because they've been there with him before. But there's a team full of dudes who don't have that same track record and history with him and don't have the same reverence for him that local fans might have for him. And that's where I wonder how this goes. The other question is, how well is Draymond Green actually going to play? Because there were points in the postseason and in the NBA Finals where it looked like he was unplayable. Like he has been on a gradual decline. If he comes back out here and he's not playing well and you have all the other stuff that comes with him, then what? Like, they have managed a very strong chemistry experiment for all those years there, and he's been so important to it. But this is going to take some next-level balancing to try to figure out how exactly to keep all of this together in a year where there's so many teams in the West that could be legitimately threatening. So I think they'll be fine early, but what happens when things get a little difficult? And what happens when a dude like Kuminga's like, hey, man, I want my minutes. I'm too good not to be playing. To me, an NBA team, you really only got 8 dudes that are going to play. They got 9 dudes who realistically have reason to think that they should be playing.
And at least they've got the right coach for this. I'm sure Steve Kerr has been he's been the punchee, in these situations before, and one of the greatest players in any sport was the one who threw it. So I guess there's much for him to lean on to try and navigate these waters. There's another aspect of this that I'm wondering how it might linger as well, is how this video came out. And I know there's a lot of criticism that comes towards anybody who brings this subject up, because I'm not trying to take away from the actual assault that we saw on video, Bomani Jones. I'm just saying, if I'm there, I'm wondering, how many of our practices can be leaked out, and who did leak this out? Do they have an agenda to make sure Draymond is held accountable? Do they feel that Poole needs to be clowned? What is the reason for all of this? That's another thing for me.
Yeah, I've understood the people to a degree who don't understand why we have questions about the video getting out. But anybody who works in this business is stunned because that never happens. Right? Like, what is the chain of circumstances that leads to something like that coming out in public? It is a fair question to ask because that never happens. Bobby Portis broke Nikola Miricic's face. We never saw the video of it. All these years, we have never seen Latrell Sprewell choke PJ Carlesimo. These things don't get out, and it did. And I really do wonder who made the decision or who needed the money or whatever it was that then led to us getting there. Like, no, there are a lot of levels to this, and I think something that's a little different in this than people want to recognize is that, people fight at practice. That happens. What was so stunning about this one was nobody thought that this was something worth fighting over. Nobody in that room heard anything that was like, oh, I think a fight might be breaking out, and tried to break it out. The only person who thought it was that was Draymond Green, who has got a track record of hitting and kicking people. And not everybody's going to be able to get over that, right? Like, this is a trust matter, I think, for a lot of people. And my buddy Marcus Thompson wrote a great column for The Athletic where he was like, the thing about Draymond is Draymond's supposed to be the big brother on the team. The big brother's there to stop you from getting hit in the face. The big brother's there to tell you, maybe I should hit you in the face right now, but I'm not going to do that because I'm your big brother. Instead, he punched the dude in the face. And not everybody's going to get over that as quickly as you would watching somebody get punched in the face who was not you.